Rabbi Wilhelm, good morning. How are you today? Pashas Vayikra. Can you sacrifice a little bit and give us a little inspiration?
I'm saying, I just read a beautiful story that the Vision Rebbe was asked when they were building his shul, they can make a place for people to drink coffee. She said, perfect. You want to make people drink coffee? Yes. Don't put any chairs there. It shouldn't become a hangout. So, okay, well, we don't have any chairs. We're not going to have a hangout.
You can't hang out, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but Dvar Torah will quickly say it's Dvar Torah. It's early morning, and I'm dizzy. What am I dizzy about? I'm trying to think about the real theme of this week's Parsha, of this week's upcoming weekend, Shabbos. And I think that Vayikra and Parsha Zachor represent two opposites. And you know, there's a very famous word from Simcha, I think it is, that said that Yid has to have two pockets in reserves. He has to have in one pocket a pocket full of Simcha, and another pocket he has to have Merirus. And he has to know when to use what. Most of the time you use the pocket of Simcha, the loads of Simcha. But sometimes when you do something stupid, you have to be not depressed, you have to be bitter.
What's in your pocket? You have Simcha or you have bitter?
Only Simcha. Only
okay.
Simcha. Anyways, so what am I thinking about? I'm thinking that Parshas Vayikra, it's a very beautiful thing that Vayikra is not only the name of the Parsha, it's the name of the whole Chumash. What's so beautiful about it? Because if you think about it, we make such a big fuss. Every kid is going to tell you about the little Aleph shows of humility, There's even something that comes before that. And that is, Vayikra, Hashem calls out to us. And the Rashi says it's a Lashon Chibah. You call out somebody you love. And in other words, the whole concept of Kriyas, Hashem showing His love towards us. The whole Vayikra, the whole Chumash Vayikra, the one word is love. Hashem loves us. Now I read somewhere a beautiful thing. I read that when you read the Parsha, first pasuk, a very funny description. Vayikra, Vayedaber Hashem al Moshe. It doesn't say, when it says Vayikra, it doesn't say who called. It says he called, it was called. Usually it should say Vayikra Hashem el Moshe. Mm-hmm. Why did it say Vayikra? Vayedaber Hashem el Moshe. So I saw good question, it's correct. So I saw a beautiful shot. That when you're going to approach somebody and you're going to ask him to do something, don't come over to him with the rah-rah, all your credentials. I'm Rabbi Rashi, I'm the biggest PhD. No. First, his true love is don't without credentials. I am who I am, and this is what I have to offer. Please, this is good for you. Without the hoo-ha. So first it's Vayikra, an act of chibah. And then we'll get down to the nitty gritty, what the details are, and that's why he doesn't even say what his credentials are. Who is it? Anyway, so we go to the Vayikra. So the main theme of Parshas Vayikra is the Karbanos. What's famous? The statement about Karbanos that the Eibusha says, the Eibusha says, I am so pleased that I asked. I told, and it got done. And the Rebbe asks a question. Zushi, this is for you. The Rebbe asks a question. All mitzvahs have that. The Eibush has put on tefillin, and we put on tefillin. What's unique about the carbon? You know what's unique about a carbon? Says the Rebbe, every other mitzvah in the Torah has a reason. Many of them we understand, many of them we think we understand. Even the ones that we know as a choik, there is a reason, but we can't, it's not revealed to us. Even Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't understand it, but there is a reason. The sole purpose, says the Rebbe, the sole purpose of the mitzvah of the Karbanos, the Eibusha says, I want you to do this. No ifs and buts. The Nachas Ruach is, I said, and you did. There's no reason for this. There's no real understanding what the significance of a carbon is. It's a beautiful pshatim. But how, by giving a carbon, you get a kapara, what the Eibusha wants these animals, all it is, Nachas Ruach Lefanai Shamarti V'Master Ritzoini. Hashem says, and we do. So it seems to be, this is the whole concept of Kabbalah soil. And perhaps the Balaturim brings, and we all know that that's the reason we start with Chumash Vayikra when we learn. We teach kids, the little kids, we start with Parshas Vayikra, the Parshas HaKavanos, because Yavei Tahirim, V'Yisasi B'Tahirim. Young children, pure children, we'll deal with the Tahirim, with pure with animals that make you, with karbanos that make you pure. My point is that this Parsha Zachor part, Vayikra part, is just do it. It seems to be the level of Kabbalah Yisrael. When you come to Parsha Zachor, it seems to be a little different. There is a Rishima from the Rebbe, where the Rebbe says that Amalek is Miloshin Malika. Malika is like when they snapped off the head from the chicken. Snapping it off. What's the significance? What does that mean? How does it connect to Amalek? Amalek says, follow your passions, your heart. He snaps off the head. He disconnects the person's mind from his heart. Whatever you want, do whatever you want. Whatever is like, don't think. If you start thinking, you realize this is not good for you. So Amalek's Avodas Hashem, anti-Avodas Hashem, he doesn't allow that the Moyach should be Shalot Al Alev. And we all know that Amalek also stands for Kritus, cold. Now there are two equipments. When you want to measure heat, there are two types of equipment. There's a thermometer and a thermostat. What's the difference between a thermometer and a thermostat? A thermometer measures the heat. That's it. You want to know what the temperature of the child is, you put it on the thermometer. What does a thermostat do? Not only measures the heat, but it's set up that if it reaches a certain point, it kicks in and it warms up again. We are expected to be not a thermometer. We are expected to be a thermostat. Take the coldness of Amalek and warm it up. Don't allow the moyach to be Shalot Al Alev. I'll finish off with a beautiful line I heard about with the turmoil going on in Ukraine. I heard the shluchim having a Zoom meeting together, and one shliach in Ukraine says to another beautiful line. He says, you can't control the pachad in your heart. In your heart, you can't control your pachad, but at least control the pachad in your brain. And you know that there's a Eibush there. And this is what Amalek tries to do, and not allow you, and we have to allow that the moyach should be Shalot Al Alev and be a thermometer. Do not be a thermometer. Be a thermostat and not a thermometer.
Give me l'chaim. 1 second. Here, pour a little. L'chaim v'bracha. Good Shabbos.
Skip after bracha.